Hi everyone, it's English File, Lesson 1A, Eating in and out. The lesson consists of grammar, present simple and continuous, action and non-action verbs, vocabulary, food and cooking, pronunciation, short and long vowel sounds. Number 1. Vocabulary, food and cooking. A. Look at some quotes about food from Pinterest. Complete the gaps with the word or phrase from the list. Here is the list. Let's read. Cake, cookie, fruit salad, onions, pasta, pear, tomato. Below you have quotes from Pinterest and some gaps. Please complete the gaps with the word from the list. Let's read the quotes. There are only 10 minutes in the life of a something when it is perfect to eat. And you have a picture. Actually, this is a slight or not even slight hint. Life is a combination of magic and Federico Fellini. One day I'm going to make the cry. Knowledge is knowing that is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a something. A party without is just a meeting. Julia Child. A balanced diet is in each hand. Barbara Johnson. Okay, I'll make one or two quotes for you. For instance, I like this one, number 5, by Julia Child. She's great. Watch a movie about her, actually. A party without a cookie or cake is just a meeting. So the word here is cake. Вечеринка без тортиков, просто встреча. And I like number 3. One day I'm going to make the onion cry. Anonymous, but I think that's a great quotation. Number 5 is great because it noticed the core meaning of all parties. It's a cake because everybody likes cake. And number 3 is great because it shows the inner power, the true belief in yourself that nothing is possible. Nothing, just nothing. So now your turn. Please fill in the gaps and find the quotation that you like the most. Please don't take mine. And give some short explanations why you like the quotation. Now we go to the page 152 to the vocabulary bank, food and cooking. Match the words and photos. Number 1, A. Fish and seafood. We're not a fish country, but nevertheless, let's try. Crab, lobster, mussels, prawns, salmon, squid, tuna. Okay, crab is done. Крабы. Lobster, I guess you know. Lobster, так и будет lobster или омар. Number 7. Mussels. How do you think? Let's leave it for now. Давайте оставим. Prawns. Do you know the word? Salmon. Salmon. It's easy. Number 2. Семга или лосось. Squid. Do you remember Squidward? Yeah, it's number 3. Кальмар. Squidward был кальмаром. Squid. And tuna? Yes, тунец. Number 4. So, mussels and prawns are left. Number 5 and 6. Mussels are мидии. Prawns are креветки. Number 6. So, please remember the words. Meat. Beef, chicken, duck, lamb, pork. I think it's easy, you can do by yourself. Fruit and vegetables. Aubergine, American English eggplant. Баклажан. Avocado, beetroot, cabbage, cherries, courgette. It's French, I guess. American English zucchini. Это мы знаем, кабачок. Cucumber, grapes, green beans, lemon, mango, melon, peach, pear, raspberries, red pepper. Your task is to write down all the words with the translation and transcription. You should learn these words by heart, translation and spelling. Let's listen to the native speaker's pronunciation. Just a sec. One.
1.2 Food and cooking. 1. Food. Fish and seafood. 1.
Crab,
7.
lobster,
5.
mussels,
6.
prawns,
2.
salmon,
3.
squid,
4.
tuna,
Meat. 11.
Beef,
12.
chicken,
9.
duck,
10.
lamb,
8.
pork,
Fruit and vegetables. 20.
aubergine,
14.
avocado,
25.
beetroot,
13.
cabbage,
24.
cherries,
22,
courgette,
18,
cucumber,
23,
grapes,
27,
green beans,
26,
lemon,
19,
mango,
15,
melon,
21,
peach,
16,
pear,
28,
raspberries,
17,
red pepper,
Okay. In the Zoom conference, we'll talk about fruit and veggies. And are there any things in the list that you love, hate, have never eaten? Are there any other kinds of fish, meat, fruit, or vegetables that are very common in your country? We'll discuss it later, but be prepared, please. Next is number 2, cooking. The same task, match the words with photos. We have several verbs: baked, boiled, fried, grilled, roast, steamed. Well, you should look at the pictures and guess what process is shown. Okay, let's listen.
One 1.3, 2, cooking, 6,
baked,
5,
boiled,
1,
fried,
2,
grilled,
4,
roast,
3,
steamed,
Pay attention that there is a difference between boil, number 6, and roast, number 4. Every process is done in the oven, в духовке запекаем, but bake, when we say bake, it's about bread, cakes, and most sweet things, and also fruit or vegetables. Roast always means cooked with fat and is used especially for meat and potatoes cooked in fat. По-русски bake мы печем в духовке, что-то сладкое. Например, roast мы жарим в духовке, обжариваем. Это мясо или все, что готовится на масле, или, например, картошка тоже можно ее roast. So, fried egg, grilled, steamed на пару, boiled, да, в кипящей воде, and roast and bake. We'll discuss in the Zoom conference how do you prefer these things to be cooked. So roast chicken, maybe steamed chicken, eggs, boiled or fried, fish, potatoes. Please be ready to share your ideas. Number 3, phrasal verbs. Complete the phrasal verbs with a word from the list. We have down, on, and out twice. It means twice. Number 1, I eat a lot of because I often don't have time to cook. Luckily, there are lots of good restaurants near where I live. Think. I'm trying to cut coffee at the moment. I'm only having 1 cup at breakfast. The doctor told me that I should completely cut all cheese and dairy products from my diet. Now let's listen.
One point 4. 3. Phrasal verbs. 1,
I eat out a lot because I often don't have time to cook. Luckily, there are lots of good restaurants near where I live.
2,
I'm trying to cut down on coffee at the moment. I'm only having 1 cup at breakfast.
3,
The doctor told me that I should completely cut out all cheese and dairy products from my diet.
Okay. Eat out. Есть вне дома. Да? Eat out. I eat out a lot. I'm trying to cut down on. Сократить. Сократить количество кофе. Cut down on. And the last one. Cut out all cheese. Cut out all cheese. Да. Убрать. Исключить из рациона. Cut out. So please remember the phrasal verbs. Eat out. Есть не дома. Cut down on. Сократить. Cut out. Исключить. Если вы хотите пригласить кого-то, где-то встретиться, перекусить, you can say, let's eat out next Sunday. Давай где-нибудь пообедаем. Let's eat out next Sunday. Now let's get back to page 6. D. Look at some common adjectives to describe food. What kind of food do we often use with them? Fresh, frozen, hot or spicy. Low fat, raw, tinned. For instance, raw meat, you can't eat raw meat. Low fat, Coke can be low fat, or cottage cheese, tворог. Fresh vegetables, fresh food, fresh meat, everything can be fresh. Frozen can be chicken or whatever. Hot, spicy, это острый, да, или со специями. Hot, spicy food, chicken, veggies. Tinned can be tuna, can be tinned, veggies can be tinned. Это вот в консервных банках, законсервированные. Now you're gonna listen to 6 conversations, 6 диалогов. Write the food phrase you hear for each adjectives in D. Like raw beetroot, например, свежая сырая свекла, да? 6 conversation with adjectives. Please write down the phrases. Okay, ready?
1.5. 1,
What do I need to make the soup?
Well, first of all, you need raw beetroot, not the cooked kind. 3 or 4 should be enough.
2,
What are you going to have as a starter?
I think I'll have the spicy prawns. I love hot food.
3,
How should I cook this fresh tuna?
Just grill it for a few minutes on each side.
4,
Are you going to the shops? Could you get me some low-fat yogurts?
Sure. What flavour do you want?
Just plain.
5.
What else can I put in this rice salad?
Well, we've got some tinned red peppers. How about those?
6.
I never buy frozen raspberries.
No, they taste okay, but the texture just isn't the same.
Okay, I hope you get it. We'll check it when we have a Zoom conference. Number 2, pronunciation. Short and long vowel sound. Look at 8 sound pictures. What are the words and sounds? What part of the symbol tells you that a sound is long? Let's say fish, tree, cat, car, clock, horse, bull, boot. As you've noticed, one sound is short, the other is long. It's very useful to distinguish short and long sounds. In Russian, we don't have them, but in English, they can be completely different words. Let's listen now.
1.6. 3.
Cat. A. Crab salad.
1.
Fish. I. Grilled squid.
4.
Car. R. A jar of raspberry jam.
2.
Tree. E. Steamed green beans.
7.
Bull. A good cook.
5.
Clock. O. Hot sausages.
6.
Horse. Or. Raw pork.
8.
Boot. Oo. Tuna with beetroot.
Now please listen to the audio again and read the phrases. Crab salad, grilled squid, jar of raspberry, and etc. Number 3. Listening and speaking. A. Read the Your Food Profile questionnaire. What do you think the bold, жирным выделено, words and phrases mean? Now you should pause the video and read your food profile by yourself. Please do it. Okay, now I'll give you the explanation of the bold words. If you still don't get it, please look for a word in a dictionary. Okay, topping. A layer of food that you put on top of a dish to add flavor. Something on top to add flavor. Topping. Can be pizza topping, cake topping, cookie topping, whatever. Filling. Food put inside a sandwich. It's easy. Filling that is filled. Ready-made. Prepared in advance so that you can eat it immediately or after heating it. Ready-made. Ready-made food. Takeaway. Takeaway, a meal that you buy in a restaurant that cooks and sells food that you take away and eat somewhere else, usually at home. Takeaway food. You buy food, bring home, and eat it at home. Takeaway food. Allergic. When you react badly or feel sick when you eat something. allergic, similar to Russian word. Intolerant, not able to eat particular foods without becoming ill. They are synonyms, allergic and intolerant. Cheer yourself up, to make yourself happier. To cheer someone up, yourself up, to make yourself happier. Miss, feel sad because you can't have something. Miss. Now we're gonna listen to 6 people, each answering one question from your food profile. Match each speaker to the question he or she is answering.
One 1.7. Emma.
Definitely tea. I went to Slovenia on holiday recently and I was staying at a hotel and they didn't have any real English breakfast tea. I really missed it in the mornings.
Sarah.
I absolutely love pasta and I try and eat it whenever I can. So I would find it really difficult to live without pasta. Pasta and pesto is my favourite meal and I have it at least twice a week. Normally when my husband's away because he's always telling me not to eat so much pasta.
John.
Yes, quite often. My wife's from Asia, from Indonesia, so we often eat hot food. I love hot food, curries, any Indonesian food. I also love Thai food, like a good green curry.
Rob.
I guess like a lot of people, I tend to eat chocolate in that situation. Chocolate or ice cream, maybe. Definitely something sweet.
James.
Only caffeine, actually, which I didn't used to be. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but a few years ago I started noticing that it was affecting me quite badly when I drank coffee. I was getting headaches and I've never been tested for it, but I've stopped drinking caffeine in coffee, and I think I feel better.
Sean.
I like spicy ones, and I like them with meat, so maybe pepperoni? That's what I always end up ordering in an Italian restaurant.
As you understand, these people, they answer the questions that were asked before, and you should put the number of a question that the person is answering. So for instance, Emma is answering the 5th question. The 5th question was, when you are away from home, is there any food or drink that you really miss? So you can listen it again by yourself and write the right numbers. Number 4, reading. So we'll talk when we have a Zoom conference. What time do you usually get up, have breakfast, do exercise, have a coffee, have lunch, have dinner, go to bed? And let me remind you that you can tell times in 2 ways. 6:30 or 6:30. 6:30 или полседьмого. Yes, that's right. 6:30. 6:30. 6:30. Полседьмого. 6:30. Шестого. Здесь иногда путаются студенты, потому что написано 6:30, но мы говорим седьмого, потому что половина после 6. So now you can pause the video. Please make it and read the article just once to understand information that is given. Then you'll read it again and answer the questions. Okay, and now answer the question. Why is it important to have breakfast every day when you are a teenager? Number 2. What effect does caffeine have on us if we drink it between 2 and 5 p.m.? Number 3. What's the difference between having steak and chips for lunch and having it for dinner? Number 4. Why should an early evening meal be delicious? Number 5. What's the best physical activity to do? A. Early in the morning. B. In the afternoon. 6. Why does the body produce melatonin? Search the text and find 6 parts of the body. Which do we A. Have one of, 2. 2 of, C. More than 2 of. В тексте ищем части тела и в человеческом организме один орган. Какой? Number 1. For instance, heart, сердце. B. Что у нас парные органы? Вот первые буквы этих слов. Ищем парные органы в тексте. И что у нас? Аж 3 штуки. Вернее, не 3, а больше, да, больше 2. Много чего у нас. And now think about the answers to these questions. Do you believe all the information in this article? Why? Why not? Give examples from your own experience. Верите? Нет? Почему? Would you consider changing any of your habits based on this information? Рассмотрите поменять какие-то свои привычки? Answering this question, please be prepared. Maybe you would like to write down some answers in order to be prepared. Подготовьтесь, запишите какие-то ответы, сформулируйте мысли. Number 5. Listening. A. Read the text about Mariana, then look at the 5 photos and extracts from the interview with her. With a partner, say how you think she finishes each sentence. The text. Mariana Livaditaki is the head chef. Is the head chef at Marita, a very popular restaurant on Hackney Road in London. She was born on the island of Crete in Greece. Her father was a Cretan fisherman and her mother was Scottish. Together they ran a seafood restaurant, which is where Mariana spent most of her childhood. Crete – это остров Крит. Cretan, соответственно, человек, который живет. Mariana – критянка. So, where is Mariana's mother from? She is Scottish, it means she is from Scotland. Who owned a seafood restaurant? Mariana's parents. Where does Mariana work now? She works in London in Marita restaurant. Now let's listen to the part 1 of an interview with Mariana and check our understanding.
1.8 Part 1.
With me today, I have Mariana Livaditaki, head chef of Marito restaurant in Hackney. Hello.
Hello.
Mariana, what was your favourite food when you were a child?
Well, at home we ate a funny mixture, and because of my parents, fresh fish, bacon and eggs for breakfast on Sundays, and traditional apple pies. But my favourite was fish. We ate fish every day, which my dad caught. In fact, my dad still goes fishing every night.
Wow.
Yeah, we were really lucky because not all families could do that, could eat fish every day. Even on an island, fish is expensive, unfortunately.
Did your dad catch fish for the family or for the restaurant?
For both, except for lobsters. When he caught a lobster, he never sold it. It was always for us. We boiled it and ate it with lemon and olive oil. You don't need anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh. That's how I cook lobsters nowadays in the restaurant in Morito.
Were you interested in cooking when you were a child?
Oh, yes. I spent every evening in our restaurant, and instead of playing with the other children, I usually helped in the kitchen. I wrote down recipes which I wanted to cook for the family in a small blue notebook.
So your love of food and cooking came from your parents?
From my parents and also from my aunt, and from many inspiring ladies who surrounded me when I was growing up. My aunt, Thea Kula, had animals, a garden, olive trees and grapes. In the summer, I often spent all day with her. She knew everything about wild food in Crete. She only ate what she had grown or found or made herself. Such a beautiful way to eat.
Did you ever eat out as a child?
Never in the evening, because our restaurant was open for dinner 7 days a week. But occasionally my mum used to buy me and my brother souvlaki for lunch, a sort of Greek sandwich with pita bread. Inside it has pork, tomato, red onion and lots of thick yogurt.
You have the script in your book, page 125. After listening the text, you can look through the script. Now look at the photos and say what you have remembered from the text. Photo number 1, we ate fish every day, which you can continue. Number 2, we boiled it and ate it with, what is it? Lobster. Number 3, I wrote down recipes which I wanted to cook for the family in. Number 4, my aunt Tia Kaula had, do you remember? What did she have? Number 5, occasionally my mom used to buy me and my brother so lucky for lunch, a sort of Now we're gonna listen to part 2 and answer the questions.
1.9. Part 2.
So, did you always want to be a chef, to have your own restaurant?
No, not at all. I wanted to be a psychologist. And when I was 18, I came to the UK to study at Kent University. Then I decided I didn't want to be a psychologist after all, and I went travelling for a bit. I'd saved some money at university because I worked in the evenings. I went all around Southern Europe and also to South America, to Ecuador. I tried all sorts of different dishes and fell in love with food again. So I went back to Crete and worked in our family restaurant for 2 years.
Why did you come back to the UK?
Well, I wanted to continue working as a chef, but I needed a bigger challenge. And when I was a student in the UK and I missed good food, I used to save money to go to London to have dinner in a restaurant called Moro. It wasn't Greek food, but it was Mediterranean, Spanish, North African, and I loved it. So when I came back to London, I went to Moro and I said, I want a job. and they gave me one.
And what happened then?
Well, really slowly, through hard work, and after 7 years, I became head chef. It was magic. And then the owners of Moro, Samantha and Samuel Clark, suggested that I help them open Morito.
How is Morito different from Moro?
It's the same inspiration, and many of the dishes are similar, but because I run the kitchen, I have been able to have more Cretan dishes on the menu, dishes from my childhood. This week, for example, I'm making dakos, a Cretan salad made with fresh goat's cheese, tomato and bread.
Do you go back to Crete much?
Yes, I go to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year. My family's restaurant is closed now, but I go out for lunch with my friends, the people I miss when I'm in London. Food comes and we share everything. We always order too much, and by the end of it, we feel incredibly full.
Well, Mariana, it's been great chatting to you, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now please read the questions and find the answers. And E, what about you? Answer the questions with your partner. Okay, try to answer the questions in E. Let me remind you that the script in student's book, page 125. And number 6, grammar. We have present simple and present continuous, action and non-action verbs. Напомню, что в английском языке есть глаголы действия, action verbs, и глаголы, которые скорее описывают состояние или чувство. И обычно такие глаголы не употребляются с временами группы continuous. Look at 3 sentences from the interview. Circle the correct verb form. You don't need or aren't needing anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh. Number 2. This week, for example, I make or I am making tacos, a Cretan salad. Number 3. I go or I am going to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Think. And now let's listen and check.
(1.10) 1.
You don't need anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh.
2.
This week, for example, I'm making dakos, a Cretan salad made with fresh goat's cheese, tomato and bread.
3.
I go to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year.
Okay, the verb need is non-action and we don't use it in continuous form. Глагол состояния need не используем в continuous. Make and go are action verbs. We can use it in the continuous forms. Let's go to page 132 to Grammar Bank. Okay, Grammar Bank 1A, present simple and continuous action and non-action verbs. All the grammar is explained here. So, present simple. I live, he works. Время, которое используется регулярно, на любой регулярной основе. В данном случае настоящее. I live in London, she works in a restaurant. We don't eat meat, Jack doesn't wear glasses, so you are familiar with it. Let's listen.
1.11 1.
I live in London.
She works in a restaurant.
We don't eat meat.
Jack doesn't wear glasses. Where do you live?
Does the supermarket open on Sundays?
2.
She usually has cereal for breakfast.
I'm never late for work.
We only eat out about once a month.
So we use present simple for things that are always true or happen regularly. Don't forget about the spelling. For the third person, lives, studies, watches. Use auxiliary subject infinitive or question word auxiliary subject infinitive to help you with word order in questions. Да? Вспомогательный глагол, подлежащее и инфинитивная форма. Или вопросительное слово, то же самое. We often use the present simple with adverbs of frequency. Простое настоящее используется с наречиями usually, never, sometimes, and etc. Adverbs of frequency go before the main verb and after be. Перед основным глаголом и после глагола to be. Expressions of frequency usually go at the end of the sentence of verb or phrase. Наречия чаще всего идут в конце предложения или фразовых глаголов. Present continuous. Be plus verb plus ing. Let's listen.
1.12.
Is your sister still going out with Adam?
No, they broke up. She isn't going out with anyone now.
The phone's ringing. Can you answer it?
House prices are going up very fast at the moment.
So present continuous is not the present simple. It shows the progress of the action. For example, things that are happening now or around now. Действия, которые происходят в данный момент. Момент речи. They are normally temporarily for habitual actions. Разница, да, то, что происходит регулярно, или то, что происходит сейчас. Spelling rules, living, studying, getting. We also use the present continuous for future arrangements. Также используем продолженное время, настоящее продолженное время для того, чтобы говорить о будущем. Мы собираемся что-то делать, да, это будет в 1B. Let's listen again.
1.13.
What are you looking for?
My car keys.
I'll help you in a moment.
But I need them now.
What are you cooking? It smells delicious.
I'm making pasta.
Great! I love pasta.
So, action and non-action verbs. What are you looking for? Сейчас что ищешь? My car keys. Ключи. I'll help you in a moment. Помогу тебе. But I need them now. Сейчас нужно, но не используем need в continuous, потому что это non-action verb. What are you cooking? It smells delicious. Что готовишь? Пахнет замечательно. Cooking – глагол действия, используем в continuous. Smell – глагол состояния, non-action verb, не используем в continuous. I'm making pasta. That's great, I love delicious. Make – глагол действия, action verb, love, non-action verb. So the description is here. Please read it. And some remark. Verbs can be both action and non-action. A few verbs have an action and non-action meaning. Example, have and think. I can't talk now, I'm having lunch. Action, have lunch. I have a cat now, non-action, possession. What are you thinking about? Action. Think about something. I think this music's great. Non-action. То есть некоторые глаголы могут быть одновременно глаголами действия и состояния. Ужинать, having lunch, это уже состояние. А have a cat, это уже глагол состояния, то что иметь что-то в значении. То же самое с думать. Я думаю, что это такое, это состояние, да, opinion. О чем ты сейчас думаешь, это уже действие. So now some exercises. A. Circle the correct form. Present simple or continuous. Читайте и обводите правильный вариант. I don't believe или I'm not believing that you cooked this meal yourself. Please do it in a written form. Письменно делайте. B. Complete with the present simple or present continuous forms of the verbs in bracket. Вставляйте или настоящую форму, или continuous. We don't go to Chinese restaurant very often. Not go, да, здесь? I get high cholesterol, so I never fried food. Haven't eat. So be attentive. After you finish A and B, go to the page 8. Number 7. Speaking. Read statements from 1 to 6 and decide if you agree or disagree. Think of reasons and examples. Do you agree? Good service is more important than good food. The best chefs are usually men. 3. Everybody should learn to cook at school. 4. Cheap restaurants always serve bad food. Waiters should earn a good salary and tips should be banned. Italian food is the best in the world. You should discuss by yourself each statement for at least 2 minutes. Say if you agree with the statement or not and why. Use the language from the agreeing and disagreeing box. Нужно, чтобы вы поняли каждое утверждение, подумали над ним и высказали свое мнение. Согласны или не согласны? Используйте следующие фразы. Agreeing and disagreeing. I agree with that. I agree with you. I don't agree with that. Уже не согласны. I don't agree with you. I disagree. То же самое. Используем предлог with. Дальше. I think that it's true. I don't think you are right. I think it depends. Я думаю, это так и есть, это правда. Я думаю, что да, ты прав. Или я не думаю, что ты прав. Я не думаю, что это так и есть. I think it depends. И высказываем свои мысли. And that's it. The lesson is over. It took me almost an hour. So be prepared for speaking. We'll do it in our Zoom conference. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for this lesson. Love you, hug you. See you. Bye-bye.